Welcome back, guys. So in today's video, what we're going to be working on is a scripting tutorial. So how do you start off scripting on Roblox? So first, what we're going to be looking at is variables. We're going to be looking at variables and then properties. So here's what we're going to start off doing today. We're going to start by using variables here. So start by inserting a part. You can do this by going to the workspace thing here, and you will see a plus. A lot of selections should come up, and choose part, which should be in the list. Just scroll down. You can search on for the object, but insert a part like this. This part here we can rename to whatever you want. Now, it has a lot of properties. You can actually change that using scripts. So, I'm going to rename this part here to example. So, let me close this. So, you can actually, if we add a script into workspace, we have everything we want. So, to create a variable, you just want a text. You can always add local in front if you want to, and then add what you want the variable to be. A variable is some data that stores basically anything that you want it to store. So if we wanted to store the example part, we can do the part called example. We can do local example part is equal to, so it knows the equal to is defining it, so it knows what it, so you define it. And the way that you want to do this is either you can do script.parent, but in this video for today, I'm just going to use you guys to game.workspace. So you can do game. So game is just the whole thing, the service, the game, basically. .workspace is a child, and child is, for example, if you have something inside of this part, then the part would be the parent. So into the game, what we're going to do is we're going to do .workspace. Now you could also use the shortcut just called workspace, but yeah, we're just going to use game.workspace for now. And then inside of workspace we have all of these things like camera, terrain, script, baseplate, and example. So everything inside of workspace. So we're going to go here and we're going to choose example because that was our part that we want to select. So now we have a variable basically. So now we can do whatever we want with this variable. So in this variable and properties, you can create anything you want. So if we want to create you can also create number values, and you can number variables and bool values are true or false values. So let's create another one called local number value is equal to whatever number you want. So 10. So 10 is our value. So, and we can do, and we can now do this. So if we have the number value which is equal to 10, we can do print. This prints something to the output, and I'll show you how to open the output in a second. We can print here and then add the parentheses, and inside of that we can add number value here. Now here we have the number value, and it prints it. And it will not print number value because, and it will get the number and print it out. So if we try to run it and we go in here, simply go in to view, and then down here you should see output on the top bar, and you can see down here that it says 10. Let me try to drag that right here. You can see down here that it would say 10. So that's pretty cool. And it prints it. So this is very useful if you want to. So another thing that I would recommend you do it every time is you're making it, you can add comments, which is just two of these lines here. Two of these lines, you can add in whatever you want. So what I'm going to do here in the line is I'm just going to type in what this does. So you can do this sample part is the variable of the part in the workspace, which it is. It is the part in the workspace. So let's just like this, and there we go. Basically, so local number value, you can take comments here, basically, and yeah, and this is a number value stored. So you can store it. Print number value. So now you can also do other values like local bool value. And bool values are very interesting because you can use those for like debouncing, so cooldowns and all that stuff. So try to explain this very simple. What you have in a bool value is either true or false. This is easy. This is good for determining stuff like that. It's true or false. I'm gonna set this to true for now. So what you can do now is we have this bool value set to true, number value set to 10, and then with the example part. So you can also store string values. So what is a string? That's a line of text. Really good for a lot of things like printing outputs and all kind of stuff like that. Yeah. So local, we're gonna do string value. String value is equal to, and then what you want to do is add parentheses and then speech marks. Inside of this, you can add whatever you want inside of it. So in this case, we're just gonna write this is a string value. Just write this as a string. So let's take this here and come in here. This is a bool value stored, and this is a string value stored. So like this. This is a string value stored. So this is a string, which is a line of text. Bool value is either true or false, and number value is just a number. And a part of it like this is you can define variables with a lot of things. So yeah. Now you can actually use Roblox to for math questions, which is really simple. You can do, let's say we want to make a math question, we can actually do local x is equal to 90, and then local x is equal to 1, local y is equal to 2. So the way that we would do this is we can do another print, and we can do x plus y. This will print this x plus y, which should be 3. I don't know why I said should, because it will be 3. See, it prints 10 and then 3 because, yeah. So, now let's get into properties. So the way that properties works are, if you go into any part, the example part, we have a lot of properties here, which is really interesting. But you can use that for anything that you want, basically. So there's endless possibilities here. So if we want to get that part, instead of writing in the workspace the sample, which will take a really long time, basically when you do Lua, you can actually make variables. You can do that in a lot of programming languages. But what we can do here is we can get the example part by just writing example parts. And it will pop up just like that. And we can choose anything that we want. We can change the properties of it. And right now it's not anchored. So what if we want it to be anchored? Well, we can do script.parent.anchored. And what anchored does, it makes it stay in place so it doesn't fall around. And the way that you want to do this, you can do equals to true. You see right there? Example part.anchored. Now that's a property with the variable, the property, and true. Next, what we can do here is we can change some more properties like the color. So the way we do that is we can do example part dot brick color. So that sets the brick color, and we want the brick color is equal to brick color dot new. So you give it a new brick color basically. So in here, if you click on the top here, which is called brick color, do not use color 3. That's pretty advanced, pretty strange. A lot of values there. If you want it more precise here, there's a lot of colors in here that you can choose. And let's just choose this one called gold for now. So let's put it back here, and we can do that by simply adding parentheses, this, and gold, like that. See? Now we'll set that next time to gold, and if we test run now, it's going to do exactly that. See? It stays in place and it's gold color. So that's how you can easily change that. So we can also change the properties of it. Let's say that we want this property to be slate, basically. So we can do example part. So example part is still a variable, and then we're going to do the material. So all of these properties are down here. Material, and material is equal to, and then add parentheses, speech marks, and then you can choose that. So let's make that slate. If we now go back and run it, it's going to turn into slate material, which is pretty cool, right? So yeah, cool, right? We can also change the transparency. Example part dot transparency is equal to 0. No, let's put it to 0.4. You can see a little bit through it. Run. It's now a little bit transparent. Cool, right? Anyways, if we go back now, we can actually change the size of it. And what you want to do here is we want to do example part dot size is equal to 5 by 5 is equal to vector 3 dot new, and you can just do 4 by 4 by 4, and just like that. We run it now, it's gonna look like this. See right there? That's a cube, and now things up. So you got the idea. You can get everything here inside of the properties, everything, you can change it. So that's going to be the first lesson of today of the new How to Script series, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.